Our project today is we're going to remove this bathroom faucet and we're going to remove the pop-up valve assembly. Have you ever removed one of those or thought of removing one and you were having questions? You weren't quite sure how to do all that? Well, you got to watch this then. It's not that hard. Am I a licensed, certified, professional plumber, contractor that has replaced these for the last 20 years? No, I'm not. How many of these have I replaced in my entire life? Oh, maybe 10. I've installed maybe 4 or 5 brand new ones from scratch, but I'm not a plumber. That's why I want to show you how to do this and that you can do it yourself. If an average Joe like me can do it, then you can do it. Now I'm going to be here for a while, and there's not much room underneath this sink, you know, and you notice you can't see any hinges. These are concealed hinges. I gotta be careful with these doors. I don't want to keep the doors propped up and think, oh, I'll be careful, I won't hit that. You hit that one time and crack, these hinges are gonna break right out of the particle board. So I gotta get these off. I've never touched this before, but on concealed hinges, usually there's a button on the back of it or a little flip, and I can feel there's something there. I'm just going to pull on that, and that snaps right off. Look at that. It's so easy to take these off, you know? Now I can keep those out of the way. Have you ever come across concealed hinges? There's always a way to take it off somehow like that. I mean, there's so many screws on here. Look at this. There's screws on here. There's screws on this. You don't want to take all that stuff off. Because if you do, now you're in for it, you know? All right, take your doors off just like that. Look at all this extra room we got. I got all kinds of room now, and those doors are gonzo. First thing, is there a first thing to do? You know, you don't have to do this in the exact same steps as I'm going to do, but got to get this trap out of here. So this one's got little ears on it, and it's plastic. I should be able to unscrew it by hand. And I can. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay. And when you take this off, see, I got a little plastic container under here. This is full of water. Wherever this pipe is, this height, all this is filled up with water up to here. Same height as, or down to the bottom, okay? Right there. This is full of water. That keeps your smell from your sewer line coming back up from the sink. If you ever wondered, why is there a trap like this? Because this is always full of water. Okay, that keeps the smells out. And I know it's as high as this because this is the bottom of the drain outlet going out. So anywhere from there down, obviously this water can't go anywhere, right? Okay, so I unscrew this. And I didn't have a bigger bucket, but you know, just do the best you can. Now, remember what you're doing as you're taking this apart, because we got to put this all back together, right? And we're only worrying about the sink, so this, I don't have to do anything from here that way, do I? I've got to take this nut off, so I'm going to have to kind of, this is all slimy, I'm going to have to kind of clean that off and scrape that off, because I've got this washer sleeve that I have to slide down, and I have to pull this off too, because I'm going to reuse that. On the sink, I should have an extension piece like this. Hopefully I got one this long, you know, in there, and then I can reattach it like this, okay? So that's going to be my next step, to slide this off. yucky poo-poo. Ugh. This is all kind of slimy. I need to save that piece because it's got threads up above it. If I have to, worst case scenario, I might have to reuse this piece. You know? Just hold your breath as you're doing it. Swallow a few times. Still got my little bucket underneath here. Clean this off all the way. Then we can slide that sleeve off of there. See that washer? This washer I gotta come down. That keeps, gotta have that on. You can't just take that off and leave it off because that helps this trap not leak once we put it back together. Wow, that is not good at all. I'm gonna have to replace this water valve here. And this is the hot water valve, and the other one to the right is the cold water valve. And that's dripping plastic parts. It's all rusty around it. It tells me these valves have been in there for a long time. This is what happens sometimes. You start working on things that are kind of old. You know, you go to try to fix one thing and you get into a problem where you got to fix something else. But you know, either way, had you have called a professional plumber out, this same thing could happen to him too. Okay, so what I'm going to decide to do now, I could find the main water line to the house, and I'm gonna look for that, and I could maybe turn it off, and then I could replace the faucet, couldn't I? I turned that water off, then turned it back on later. But you know, that's kind of dicey too, because then you get particles inside your lines. But either way, I'm gonna have to go to the store and pick up some parts. And this pipe, I need to measure it because it's compression fitting, and it looks, not sure what size pipe that is. Usually it's either a half inch copper pipe coming out of the wall, or 3/4. I know it's not 3/4, and that looks pretty small, just barely over ½ inch. So I don't even know, that could be 3/8. But I'm measuring it, and you know, it's a long half, and that could be ½ inch. I'm gonna have to make a material list and get some compression valves, and I may even get new lines here too. I might have to redo everything up there. Pondering here what to do.